Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, and welcome to Wabash College. On behalf of our faculty, staff, administration, alumni, and certainly our students, allow me to convey a special, hearty, and enthusiastic welcome to the Wabash men of the class of 2020. Please join me as well in thanking Eileen Bowen for providing the piano prelude to today's ceremony. As we begin this special event, we do so with heavy hearts. Last Friday, we lost Luke Borenstein, a talented, hardworking, engaging member of the class of 2019 in a Virginia plane crash. Luke was the co-recipient of the Freshman of the Year Award and had just returned from a global health initiative immersion experience in Peru. As you will all come to know, ours is a tight-knit community where tragedy such as this hits and hurts us on a personal level. You will also come to find that a hallmark of our college is the Wabash Always Fight spirit we have, a vigorous resolve to overcome challenges, whether they be in the classroom, on the playing field, or in the shocking and difficult elements of life we simply don't and can't comprehend. It is with this Wabash Always Fights approach to this terrible loss that we will move forward, and to Luke's great promise and in his memory that we dedicate today's ceremony. Please join me in a moment of silence in memory of Luke Borenstein and his family. Thank you. My name is Mike Raiders, Wabash class of 1985, and the Dean of Students here, and it is my distinct honor and great pleasure to welcome you to the Pioneer Chapel and the class of 2020's ringing in ceremony. The Pioneer Chapel is perhaps the most distinctive place on our campus. Dedicated in 1929, it has great stature, presence, and historical reverence here. But alas, no air conditioning. Accordingly, should the heat begin to get to you, or already has, please know that the ceremony is being streamed live and is available for viewing now in Baxter 101, out the doors, and the first building on the right. The weather has cleared up from earlier forecasts, but should we face a weather emergency while we are gathered here, I will quickly advise all of us as to where to proceed. What a great and exciting day, ringing in Saturday, one of the many great traditions at Wabash College. Today, 226 of you officially become Wabash men. We're delighted to see all of you here, and our faculty and staff are ready for you and excited to participate in your education. This day should be one you'll remember as one of the most special in your lives. As we gather for the first of what will be many times in this hallowed chapel, we do so, as you know oh so very well by now, as a college that takes you most seriously. Your dreams and aspirations, your desire to achieve, and certainly the education we will provide to guide your path. Indeed, we have taken the education of young men seriously here since 1832, and ours is a rich and proud history you will come to know and, dare I say, cherish over the next 4 years and beyond. You should also know that we take our fight song quite seriously. It is regarded by many, particularly in polls of our students and alumni, as the best in the country. And it is certainly regarded by most who hear it as one of the longest fight songs in America. I invite all of you to find the words to Old Wabash on the inside cover of your orientation booklet, and to join the Wabash College Glee Club under the direction of Dr. Richard Bowen, as the Glee Club provides a rousing rendition of our beloved fight song. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and sing Old Wabash. You may be seated. Thank you. Thank you to the members of the Glee Club. Thank you to the members of the Glee Club who returned to campus early to help us ignite the spirit of the college through song. The Glee Club spreads the fame of Wabash's honored name, performing across the campus, community, country, and indeed the world. It has been an indispensable and distinguished part of Wabash life since 1892, which you prospective math majors have quickly calculated, I'm sure, means the Glee Club celebrates its 125th anniversary in 2017. If any members of the entering class are interested in the club or any of our musical ensembles, please sign up for an audition this week in the music wing of the Fine Arts Center. You go-getters should do that this evening when we gather there for the first of our Gentlemen's Rule discussions. While this may seem like a daunting task now, you men of the class of 2020 will be asked to sing that song word for word and over and over and over and over at the annual chapel sing competition the Thursday morning of homecoming week. Start studying soon. We look forward to hearing your musical talents on October the 6th. So that all of our guests may enjoy the remaining elements of the program, I ask you to please double check your cell phones and make sure those are turned off. Thank you. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Michael Thorpe, Dean of Enrollment Management. Dean Thorpe, Wabash Class of 1986, is here representing all those affiliated with the efforts made to recruit each of you to our college. From counselors to coaches, administrators to faculty members, every member of the Wabash community has sought to play a key role in your matriculation here, and we are all excited you are here. In order that he may welcome you and describe you a bit to one another, please welcome Dean Michael Thorpe.
Okay, is it warm enough for everybody? We could close the windows. All right, I gotta make sure I get this on Facebook first. You ready? There you go. Smile, guys. You gotta smile. All right. On behalf of the enrollment staff, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to Wabash College. Your class is among the most selective cohort in the last 6 years. About 1,300 men applied to sit in those seats, but only about 60% of you were admitted. That's right, guys, the class of 2020 is stronger academically than other men on campus. The challenge for you now is to live up to that and continue to excel intellectually. Let me just tell you a little bit more about yourselves, though. So 226, that's an auspicious number. 226, that includes 6 of you who come to us as transfers. It's auspicious because there are only 2 factors of 226, 2 and 113. And more importantly, there are no square factors, so your square root can't be simplified. So remember that. Your average grade point average is 3.6. Your average SAT is 1160. And together, your SAT reading and math together is 279,637. That's right. Just think what you could accomplish if you worked together with your classmates. Pretty amazing. There's a tie for the most common name in this class. There are 6 Jacobs, and 6 of you are Nick. Hope you're not all in the same class. On Monday, 4 of you will turn 19, so happy birthday, Connor, Drew, Nathan, and Rhett. And that was the most common birth date in your class. You come from 18 states, including Arizona, California, Florida, Georgia, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Michigan, Mississippi, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, and Wisconsin. You come from 7 foreign nations, including China, Cambodia, Nepal, Myanmar, Pakistan, Taiwan, and Vietnam. 40 of you have family connections to Wabash. 4 of you have grandfathers that attended Wabash. 20 of you have fathers that attended Wabash. 19 of you brothers, 11 have uncles, 14 of you have cousins, and 1 of you has a stepdad that went to Wabash. To the rest of you guys that feel left out of that, don't. Because the reality of what's going to happen when President Hess rings you in, because of our alumni base, you're immediately going to have 11,000 new brothers. We enjoyed reading your applications, and we enjoyed getting to know you and your parents over the past several months. You earned a place at Wabash through your classroom work. And I assure you and your parents that if we didn't believe you could be successful at Wabash, you wouldn't be sitting here. What we saw as we reviewed your transcripts, met with you at your high schools, sitting at the stands at your soccer games, were young men who were ready for a bigger challenge. What we saw in your admission application was more than a collection of grades and test scores. We saw young men who volunteered for Habitat for Humanity, were on the academic team, who volunteered at a local soup kitchen, who were passionate about music, who were members of the robotics club, nearly a dozen Eagle Scouts, class presidents, youth league coaches. You are men who participated in mission trips to Nicaragua, Tanzania, and the Dominican Republic. Young men who participated in your school choir. There are debate champions among you. You were diligent workers on your family farm and presidents of your National Honor Society. To sum it all up, as one mother said to me when I first met her, the moment he was born, I knew he was a Wally. You gave of yourself and you tested your boundaries. That's perfect training for Wabash. Perfect. And you'll need to draw on that training and experience, for the challenge that lies before you is big. The challenge over the next 4 years will be for you to become better than you currently are. Every day, you will need to work harder than you thought was possible, because our faculty, now your professors, will expect you to step up to the plate and hit an intellectual home run every day. Your college will give you the tools you need to be successful for these 4 years, I promise you, and the remainder of your lives. It's up to you to accept the challenge and do the work. Welcome to Wabash College.
Thank you, Dean Thorpe. On behalf of our student life team and the faculty and staff under the leadership of Dean of the College, Scott Feller, I accept the responsibilities for the holistic education of these fine young men about to be rung in as Wabash men. Gentlemen, as mentioned previously and repetitively, we take your education very seriously. At the heart of our work together is the mission of the college, and we will all be there to support you, push you, educate you, in the classroom and out, to think more critically, act more responsibly, lead more effectively, and live more humanely than you have to this point in your lives. While you are all successful in your own right, with high school records to illustrate as such, we will all push you to work harder, strive further, and reach higher than you may even think or know you can right now. We likely have seen or will see in you more than you see in yourself, and we'll do all we can to guide you to maximize that potential. This is good, hard labor, student-centered work that you will find that we faculty and staff perform with passion and energy. At the heart of your work will be the gentleman's rule, the one rule that governs our students' behaviors. The student is expected to conduct himself at all times, both on and off the campus, as a gentleman and a responsible citizen. As you look through your orientation schedule, you'll see many sessions dedicated to educating you on the high expectations we have with our rule. Suffice to say, gentlemen, I take our rule and both your responsibilities to reach it and mine and my colleagues to teach it very seriously indeed. We'll talk more, much more, about the gentleman's rule in the hours, days, and indeed years moving forward. It has been my experience in my time as a student, an alumnus, and now a professional on campus that the gentleman's rule becomes a way of life for Wabash men, a thread weaving its way through teen years to adulthood and beyond. Another of those important threads in the development of Wabash men is the legacy of those who have come before us. Wabash alumni are among the most engaged, dedicated, and passionate men you'll find. That description certainly holds true for the current vice president of our alumni body, the National Association of Wabash Men. Rob Shook is a highly visible and engaged alumnus, a passionate advocate for our students and their experience. Like many of his alumni peers, he is quite generous with his time, talents, and treasure in support of his alma mater. Representing Alumni President Rick Kavanaugh and the NAWM, please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Wabash Class of 1983's Rob Shook.
Thanks, Mike. It's an honor to be here today on this important day, and Rick Kavanaugh could not join us because he is helping his daughter celebrate her graduation with her PhD today, so it was a reasonable expectation for him not to be here. 37 years ago, I was seated 4 rows from the back, in the middle back there. President Salter up there, and his wife, the photo on the wall, that's not President Salter, that's Tyler. President Salter's on the wall behind him. President Salter had gone to school with C.S. Lewis, one of the great Christian apologists of the 20th century. You may recognize his name from having written the Chronicles of Narnia. He and President Salter had gone to school together at Oxford, and my freshman tutorial with Dr. Salter was Modern Science and the Christian Faith. That was my first exposure to the accessibility of everyone on campus and to the reach of the Wabash connections. I'd like to ask the men of the class of 2020 to stand for a moment, please. I'd like to ask you to look around. It's easy for you to look across the auditorium. You may see your best man for a wedding that may happen right here in this chapel. Your senator, minister, realtor, mayor, or attorney may be here. Your child's high school biology teacher or your swimming coach may be in this room. Your business partner may be standing here, as may the CEO of your biggest competitor. You will be called uncle by the children of at least one man in this room. The doctor who will take care of your mom or your dad, your child, your wife, or your husband may be standing on that balcony with you. You may be standing with someone who will spend or perhaps even give his life in the service of defending our great nation. Look around, gentlemen. Take a very good look around. You are looking at Wabash men who will be part of your life for the rest of your life. You should remember when and where you met. Please be seated. If you're looking for a transaction, one where you and your family pay some money and a diploma falls into your hands in 4 years, I have some bad news for you. You have come to the wrong place. You can get those in some fine institutions right here in Indiana, but Wabash is not one of those places. You'll be asked, in fact, Wabash will expect you to get your hands dirty. In Peru, as the Global Health Initiative did this summer, perhaps right here in town with an organization such as the Free Clinic. You'll go on immersion trips, you'll meet alumni who are leaders in their field, and you'll get coaching and leadership training from men who started out just like you and I did right here in this room. When I sat here 37 years ago, I had no earthly idea what my life's work was going to be. Don't worry if you don't either. Try lots of things. See what you're good at. See what brings you fulfillment and joy. Don't specialize too early. Keep your options open, but the skills you learn here will apply wherever you find yourself. Says the psychology major, who's been with IBM for 29 years, living in London, Sydney, and around the US, and who now manages IBM's customer training and skills globally. Men of the class of 2020, by choosing Wabash, you are joining a large, very well-connected alumni network. Over 42% of our alumni made a financial contribution to Wabash College in the last year. That's a formidable number, and it's testimony to the ongoing importance of the work of Wabash College in our lives. Much will be asked of you as part of that network, and much will be offered to you as well. The Wabash Alumni Network will not get you a job. It will get visibility for your interests and your capabilities and the great work you've done. It will help open doors, but it's your responsibility to take full advantage of those open doors. If you have a dream, Wabash has an alumnus who can help you or who will open his network of contacts to be able to help you. I've had the honor of helping men evaluate job offers, choose engagement rings they can afford, get interviews at IBM, practice interviewing skills at other companies, arrange interviews for a class paper with the former director of the National Security Agency, who happens to be my mentor, and to get the most out of their internships. And I'm only one of 14,035 alumni now in your network. When you see someone on campus with one of the National Association of Wabash Men's name tags or one of the trustees' name tags on, go and introduce yourself. Rush lasts for the rest of your lives, gentlemen. You might as well get good at introducing yourself. It's something you're going to be doing for a very long time. Ben Kramer, the gentleman operating the mobile video camera down there, introduced himself to me on his first week on campus. When I come back, we go out for a meal. He has advised me on technical issues. I've talked to him about leadership and business and communication. Mentoring is almost always a two-way street. It's important for you to have your elevator speech ready to go. 2 or 3 interesting facts, aspirations, or questions ready that you could deliver in about the length of an elevator ride. We love to hear what you're doing. We love to hear what your goals are, your aspirations, any challenges, and how we as an alumni can help you get there. For meeting people outside of Wabash and for job interviews, it's also good to have a why a liberal arts education matters ready to go as well, because not everyone understands the liberal arts. For me, it's simple. Wabash taught me how to learn, and Wabash taught me how to communicate what I've learned. For the last 29 years, IBM has put me in situations where I've had to learn quickly, analyze and synthesize information. I use something from my liberal arts experience every single day of my career. Campus organizations, whether it's a sports team, your fraternity, your living unit, your major, the Glee Club, will provide myriad opportunities for you to connect with alumni. The Glee Club will be celebrating its 125th birthday in the fall. We'll be bringing many alumni back for that, and we have set aside time for networking. My first of 2 shameless plugs today. I heard the Glee Club for the first time on Freshman Friday right here. Way back then, Saturday hadn't been invented yet, so we still had Freshman Friday. I knew I wanted to be a part of the group. We had some great tours around the U.S., traveling, of course, by covered wagon, uphill both directions in the snow, fighting off pterodactyls, and we also got to go to Europe. I had the pleasure of hosting the Wabash Glee Club in Texas in 2015, and we had a blast. If you sing, or if you think you'd like to sing, you owe it to yourself to try out for the group. My second shameless plug today, get to career services. Get there early. That is the place to start building your network, polishing your LinkedIn profile, get coaching from peers and other experts, create and refine your resume, learn about all those doors that are indeed open to you. The students I know and have had the chance to interview who have been to career services as a freshman are better polished, better equipped for internships. Get yourself to career services. Get to know people who are different from you. Eat meals with people from outside your cultures. Attend guest lectures in topics that aren't your major. Attend MXI meetings. Go to shout meetings. Camaraderie is wonderful. Cliques are something to leave behind in high school. Not all of you will get out and meet everyone on campus. Those of you who do will be richly rewarded. Wabash is fully committed to diversity and inclusion, and we have a lot of diversity to offer here. In summary, introduce yourself, engage people, your peers, professors, staff, alumni. Seek out advice, find a mentor, find 3. Be coachable, you have lots to learn. Try out for the Glee Club. Get to career services. Explore the rich diversity that the students, the faculty, the staff, and the alumni bring to our school. I envy you, gentlemen. You are embarking on a magnificent journey, and it's one that will take you only as far as you will allow it to take you. Set your sights high. Stand on the shoulders of those who came before you. Be those shoulders for those who are around you and who will come after you. The alumni of Wabash College and our families welcome you and your families to ours. We think we have a lot to offer, and we're richer and more diverse for your being here. Thank you.
The man with the Conestoga wagon and pterodactyl references giving his speech on an iPad as the rest of us have nothing but paper. Thank you, Rob. I look forward to our time together throughout the year as you and Rick lead our fellow alumni to even greater success. At this time, it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce to you the 16th President of Wabash College. Dr. Gregory Hess, who is beginning his 4th year at Wabash, has brought clear vision, clarity of purpose, and aspirational leadership to our campus. Like our mission and our gentleman's rule, President Hess calls us all to maximize our performance daily, to further a culture of constant improvement, and to spread the fame of Wabash's honored name throughout the nation and the world, particularly into the national conversation on education, most certainly that of men's education. He is firmly focused on ensuring that ours is indeed the liberal arts college for men and attracts students and supporters alike accordingly. For his remarks to the class and a very significant and important Wabash ritual, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our 16th president, Dr. Gregory Hess.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. We wanted to give you a warm welcome, and it turns out that we've in fact done so. Welcome to Wabash College on a day that I always think of as my own Christmas day. It is my favorite day of the year. Our purpose this afternoon is to formally welcome the Wabash men of the class of 2020. That's a big number, everyone. And it gives me exceptional pleasure to greet our parents, families, and friends. Ours is a tight-knit community, and we welcome you to your new home. As we recruited the class of 2020, we asked them one simple question, which is, what kind of man do you want to be? I hope those of you in the upper deck here have been thinking seriously about this question in the weeks leading up to today. Your Wabash journey begins exactly right now. And be assured that you'll be surrounded by classmates, faculty, staff, coaches, and alumni who will do all that we can to help you answer that extremely important question. Welcome to a college that changes lives one young man at a time. Welcome to a college that will inspire and educate you. Welcome to our serious commitment to help you think critically, act responsibly, lead effectively, and live humanely. Welcome to the Wabash Challenge. The bedrock of our challenge is to be good men, liberally educated and humanely inspired. It is our gentleman's rule that is the bedrock, our only rule of conduct and the ideal that should guide all that you do here at Wabash. The gentleman's rule is our cornerstone, and it is the most distinctive feature of a Wabash education. It will be a touchstone for the rest of your lives. The gentleman's rule, however, is just one aspect of the leadership education that you will teach one another here at Wabash. Our leadership development centers on the fact that you are simply not just students here, but you are citizens. You are adults, and you will be treated as adults from this moment forward. You are expected to lead your clubs, govern your fraternities, and shape your own lives and the lives of others, not starting 2 years from now, but starting right now. Leadership education here is also infused with our mojo, 3 simple letters, W-A-F. They stand for Wabash Always Fights. Becoming a responsible leader means that you will occasionally fail, which is just another step in your journey. When you fall, and there will be a day when you fall, you need to dust yourselves off and get back to the task. And your friends, your brothers, your faculty, your staff, your coaches, and your alumni will help you in that important task. That's what makes Wabash College different. Class of 2020, I can guarantee that you will change this place forever, starting right now. So let me tell you about just my first couple of years here at Wabash College, because this is my 4th year, which is the number of years you'll be here. And I want to share with you the important things that I learned as you think about developing into good Wabash men. The first thing, which you've already got a taste of, learn the song. Both verses. If you haven't started, I would get on that task now. Couple other pieces of advice. Do not walk under the arch. Step on the W in the Allen Center, and I saw some of you doing it. Didn't say anything. And make sure you walk around the college's sacred seal, which is just inside the door of the Lilly Library. I also encourage you to pat Eli Lilly's head on the way up the stairs of the library and to pat his head on the way down the stairs from the library. And what that implies is that you actually are going to go to the library. But we'll circle back to that point in just a few minutes. Learn to swim in the current and promise yourself that you will get the most out of every day here at Wabash College, those 900 days between now and the day that you graduate. You chose a rigorous liberal arts education. So you've gone to the trouble of finding a college that has a rigorous liberal arts education. It's imperative to you that you go out and get one. Passionately pursue your academic interests and find as many of them as you can. Get to know the faculty. They are superb and they are accomplished academics who are sincerely and passionately dedicated to your education. The college sees greatness in each and every one of you because we are a place of inspiration and expectations. We will expect great things from each of you, and we will inspire and support you to reach your fullest potential, the potential that others see in you. Speaking of the greatness and the people who saw that greatness in you, I'd like to turn to your parents for just a minute, family and guests who are here with us today, and those of us watching on live stream. I don't know which camera's going, but waving out to live stream. Well, here's the advice I have. I know exactly how you feel. The empty pit in your stomach, your nerves, your excitement, and your concern about whether or not you've done enough to prepare your son or your brother or your family friend for this incredible journey. I'm sure you're worried, just like Laura and I were worried when we dropped our daughters off at college. But college is not just about you or me, it's about your sons. I invite you to let them go and to let them grow here at Wabash, to trust your sons to be the gentlemen we at Wabash know they can be. I've invited you to go on the Wabash journey together with your sons, but please remember to allow them enough freedom to flourish and to occasionally fail so that they can learn from those important lessons in life. Men of the class of 2020, please rise and join me in thanking your parents for getting you to this important point in your lives. Okay, now please be seated, grab a seat, and indulge me as I give you a little advice. I will even help you remember these 4 useful touch points. I call my advice the 4 gets, not to forget. And they spell the word wish. And so this is my very personal wish to each and every one of you. Here's the first get, not to forget. Get to work. That's the W, everybody. Get to work. College courses are hard, though not impossible. Among other things, you are here to work. Make that the priority. The corollary to get to work is get to class. There is no better place to learn than in class, with your peers and your professors. Wabash boasts the nation's most accessible professors. Take advantage of that. Members of the faculty are not just your teacher, not just your teachers. They are your mentors, and they will be your friends. One of the very lamest excuses I hear when something goes wrong with the students is the excuse is, well, something happened, and so I decided not to go to class. That's red signs, everyone. Life gives no sufficient conditions for success. Hard work is really the only necessary condition. Show up. Everything you get in life, you work for. Get to work. That's the first get, not to forget. Here's the second get. Remember, this all spells the word wish, so the next one's got to start with an I. Here we go. Get involved. Make friends and find activities that you enjoy. Discover what inspires you and what you are passionate about, and make some friends who can go along with you on this exceptional ride that's called Wabash College. You will not enjoy college by yourself. Find some brothers to share things that you enjoy most of all. Hiding in your room by yourself may be important once in a great while, but don't be that creepy guy who never leaves his room, never showers, plays too much Pokemon Go, and never manages to enjoy campus life. The second get is get involved. Here's the third get. Get to sleep. Let me tell you as straightforwardly as I can in my probably almost 30-something years of being an academic. Every sad college story has the exact same first sentence. Ready? It was late at night. I do not recommend that first sentence for a short story you write in creative fiction or to write about your life here at Wabash College. When people around you start making bad decisions late at night, stop what you're doing and go to sleep. Better decision making takes place in the morning light. So remember the third get, not to forget, especially late at night. Get to sleep. Work, involvement, sleep. We're going to bring it home with the most important one. The fourth and final get, not to forget, is a difficult lesson, but it's get help. Races are won on the turns, not on the straightaways. Every car looks good on the straightaway, but life is not just about straightaways. If you need help with your schoolwork, looking for an internship, or you have questions about your health or your state of well-being, it is incumbent upon you to get and ask for some help. There are people here, no matter the problem, who can help you. Most men think they can go it alone, but I assure you that no man is an island. It is an important sign of maturity and wisdom to get help when you need it. So, gentlemen, your Wabash education has just begun. Get to work, get involved, get to sleep, and get help. These are the four gets not to forget. That is my wish for each and every one of you. Every Wabash man counts. Class of 2020, please rise and introduce yourselves to the men around you. Shake the hands. Shake the hands of the men who will become some of your greatest teachers, your greatest lifelong friends, the best men at your wedding, your business partner, your strength in times of joy and need. I challenge you to live up to our high expectations set forth in our mission and the gentleman's rule. Men of the Wabash class of 2020, if you are ready to take up this challenge, to determine the man you want to be, to take on the responsibility of taking care of your own life and the lives of your brothers, to set as your goal to live a wise, learned, and virtuous life embodying the gentleman's rule, to live up to the high ideals articulating the mission of the college, to think critically, act responsibly, lead effectively, and live humanely, Then stand with pride so that I might continue the tradition begun by the very first professor of Wabash College, Caleb Mills, and using his bell, ring you into the company of Wabash men. Congratulations, men of the Wabash class of 2020. Welcome to the Brotherhood.
Thank you, President Hess, and congratulations, Wabash men. In a few minutes, we'll dismiss, and both parents and students will find your orientation group leader out on the mall. You'll notice, by the way, that during the ceremony we had a rain shower. It's now sunny. The Dean of Students' office was responsible for the weather immediately following today's ceremony. Look for the letter outside corresponding to your group assignment found in your packet. You will have meetings with faculty advisors and tutorial instructors through 3:15. You'll have time to find it, fellas. Hold on. You'll have meetings with faculty advisors and tutorial instructors through 3:15 before checking final details and saying goodbyes by 4 o'clock. Parents and guests are reminded that President Hess and his wife Laura look forward to meeting you at their home, the Elston Homestead, just east of downtown at 400 East Pike Street. Before closing, I'd like to thank the admissions office, orientation coordinator Heather Thrush, student mentor managers Adam Burtner and Jacob Covert, and the student mentors, the staffs of Bon Appetit, Campus Services, the deans and president's offices, and the National Association of Wabash Men for preparing for and participating in today's festivities and helping us ring in our new class. Also, I'd again like to thank Eileen Bowen for the prelude and postlude music, and Richard Bowen and the Wabash College Glee Club for leading us in singing. Speaking of which, the Glee Club will now conclude our program with the singing of the alma mater, the lyrics for which are found on the inside of the back cover of your program. While the Glee Club sets up, again, on behalf of our staff and faculty, welcome to Wabash. Enjoy the rest of your day. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand for our alma mater.
It's a lot shorter.